Thank you for visiting the Combs Waterkotte YouTube channel. We are a leading criminal defense law firm in Illinois and Missouri, with over 600 perfect reviews and a long history of client satisfaction, criminal case dismissals, charge reductions, and victories. Our firm has created these audio articles to help protect your freedom, reputation, and rights. If we are hired for your case, we will not give up until you receive fair justice. Unlawful use of a weapon lawyer in Chicago, Illinois. You can be charged with the unlawful use of a weapon in Chicago if you illegally carried, possessed, or concealed firearms, ammunition, or specific dangerous weapons. This offense can be charged as a misdemeanor or felony, and it is important that you swiftly retain a Chicago unlawful use of a weapon lawyer to protect your rights. Our defense team at Combs Waterkotte has handled over 10,000 cases and has over 400-plus perfect reviews online. When you are ready to secure a professional, hard-hitting Chicago criminal defense lawyer in your corner, contact us at 312-500-HELP today or contact us online for a free consultation. What is an unlawful use of a weapon charge in Chicago? These cases can sometimes arise when someone doesn't have a valid firearm owner's identification, FOID card, or a concealed carry license, CCL. You can be charged with this crime if you possessed a weapon in a prohibited place, improperly transported a weapon by vehicle, carried while under 21 years old, carried while committing another crime. While these cases are often misdemeanors, they can be elevated to felony offenses if certain aggravated factors were present, such as if the weapon was found during another crime, you are a felon, or if the weapon in question was a machine gun or shotgun with a short barrel. Illinois' specific firearm laws. In Illinois, you can face an unlawful use of a weapon charge if you violate Illinois' strict laws. These laws include FOID card requirements. You must carry a firearm owner's identification, FOID card, to possess firearms or ammunition. Assault weapons ban. Semi-automatic assault weapons are banned. Magazine capacity limits. You must follow restricted magazine capacities, which include 10 rounds for long guns and 15 for handguns. Concealed carry license. A concealed carry license, CCL, is required for public carry. Safe storage. You must store your firearms safely. Background checks and waiting periods. You have to pass a background check to purchase a gun, with a mandatory 72-hour waiting period imposed on the purchase of all firearms. Prohibited locations. Concealed carry isn't allowed at certain places such as schools, government buildings, or places that serve alcohol. Additionally, due to the Firearms Restraining Order Act, an individual that is deemed a danger to themselves or others can have their firearms temporarily removed. How you can be charged with unlawful use of a weapon in Chicago. You could be charged with the unlawful use of a weapon in Chicago if you carried a loaded gun in a vehicle, possessed a weapon at a school or government building, or if you had no licensing or an expired license while carrying a firearm. You could also be charged with this crime if you carried an illegal weapon, which can include daggers, stun guns, tasers, billy clubs, sawed-off shotguns. Additionally, you could be charged with this offense if you recklessly or unlawfully discharged a firearm, or if you carried a weapon while under 21 while engaged in carrying out a misdemeanor drug offense, or if you have a prior conviction. What happens after a Chicago weapons arrest? If you have been arrested for unlawfully using a weapon in Chicago, we are prepared to walk you through each step of the criminal case process. Following an arrest, you can expect the following to take place: a bond hearing. This is where the judge decides if bail is required, and he sets the conditions for your release. Preliminary hearing. This is where they determine that probable cause exists and whether the charges assigned to you are a misdemeanor or felony offense. Pre-trial motions. During this time, we will review evidence, such as police reports, body cam footage, and forensic reports, and can file motions to suppress if you were unconstitutionally searched or stopped. Trial or plea negotiations. Either a plea deal will be negotiated between the prosecution and the defense, or the case will move to trial. If your case goes to trial, we may be able to apply certain defenses, such as self-defense or proving legal ownership and possession. Sentencing. The sentence you face can depend upon the location where the alleged offense took place, whether you were carrying any lawful permits, and your prior criminal history. Appeals. After a conviction has taken place, you will have 30 days to appeal the decision to a higher court. Constitutional rights defenses in Chicago. Unlawful use of a weapon cases. Depending on the circumstances surrounding your case, the following defenses might apply to you. Second Amendment. Under the Second Amendment, you have the right to keep and bear arms. This allows you to possess a functional firearm for self-defense within your own home and on your land. Fourth Amendment. We can file a motion to suppress evidence if the police conducted an unlawful traffic stop or search of your home or vehicle. Fifth/14th Amendment. If the gun isn't found on you directly, we can challenge the possession element by arguing that the prosecution can't prove that you knew of the weapon's presence. If there was misconduct on the part of the police, or if Illinois gun laws were not applied correctly to your case, we may be able to obtain a charge dismissal or reduction. Additionally, we may also be able to show that your firearm malfunctioned. How a Chicago conviction for the unlawful use of a weapon can affect your future. If you have been charged with this offense, you could be facing one of the following: a misdemeanor, a felony, which can range from a Class 4 felony. These usually apply in the case of a first-time aggravated unlawful use of a weapon offense. A Class 2 felony. This can occur if you are convicted of carrying a firearm without a valid FOID card or in certain prohibited locations, such as a park, school, or government facility. A Class 3 felony. Like a Class 2 felony, you can be charged with a Class 3 felony if you are convicted of carrying a firearm without a valid FOID card or in certain prohibited locations, such as a park, school, or government facility. A Class X felony. If a firearm was discharged in a way that put someone's life at risk, or if you possessed a weapon as a felon, or while falling under the category of armed habitual criminal. Additionally, this type of a charge comes with a variety of penalties that can include 1 to 3 years in prison for a Class 4 felony, 2 to 14 years in prison for a Class 3 or 2 felony, 6 to 30 years for a Class X felony. High fines, weapons forfeiture, possible vehicle impoundment, the potential for probation, the potential for mandatory gun safety courses, a criminal record that will affect your future employment, housing, etc. If you are deemed a first-time weapon offender, you may be eligible for a diversionary sentence rather than a conviction. Common mistakes to avoid after a Chicago weapons charge. Following a Chicago unlawful use of a weapon arrest, it is important that you refrain from these common mistakes. Talking to police without a lawyer present. Waiting to retain a criminal defense lawyer until it's too late. Posting on social media about your arrest. Discussing your case with others. Tampering with evidence. Missing important court dates. Assuming having a valid FOID or CCL card means you're safe. When you reach out to a proven Chicago unlawful use of a weapon lawyer, you can have peace of mind that early intervention frequently leads to cases being dismissed or reduced. Combs Waterkotte is a leading criminal defense law firm serving the entire states of Illinois and Missouri. We have offices in St. Louis, Chicago, Kansas City, Clayton, Branson, and Belleville. We look forward to helping you with your criminal defense attorney needs.